So let's go ahead and get started. My name is Tim Howard. For any of you guys who have been on these past ones, great to see you back again. I did see a lot of familiar names on here. Hopefully that means that we're hitting the mark with some of these and making these interesting enough for you guys to come back again. That's always a good sign. So I appreciate everybody who's coming, everybody who's new. We'll kind of go through some things that are, just general etiquette and things like that for how do you kind of ask questions and those type of things. So today's topic for everybody, I'm sure has already seen this through all the promotion stuff we put out, is it's going to be focused on marketing use cases, using WebFOCUS as a way to do funnel analysis through that. So we'll talk more about that, and I'll introduce that topic a little bit more here in a minute. If I can make slides advance here. There we go. And group, tell me if for some reason or other you guys do not see the slides advancing. We've had that problem with it, but I think we've got it fixed. As most of you know, we are very big on interaction. So to me, we can get up here and talk all day, but if we want to hear what you guys have to say, unfortunately, it's very hard to do it where we can let you actually talk. And actually, if you're on the web version of this, the current version we're using for this, it's impossible. So please use the QA. I think there's a chat and a QA type of interface with this newer one we're doing. And so please use that to ask questions. While we're going through this, people who are not talking will hopefully be watching that, and we'll try to get answers to those throughout. But for sure, at the end of it, we'll go back through all those to make sure everybody's had a chance to hear the questions and answers and just have that dialogue that we go back through that. So again, raise your hand if you have any issues that you have to do. We're going to be doing some polls throughout this, and I think a survey at the end, if I remember correctly. But the poll questions are, again, just a chance for us to kind of have some interaction back and forth with you guys. You're obviously not required to do that, but we love to get feedback from you guys on those, and we'll kind of see, the feedback in general as far as where those things come out. So always glad to see that stuff and hear what everybody else is thinking. You will not be singled out on any of those because we don't see single responses to that. And of course, the giveaway at the end, we'll be giving away 5 Amazon gift cards. We'll be doing a drawing for that. We'll be doing it at the end again, just as we've done in the past, but before the top of the hour to make sure that we are able to get that done. Hopefully we will not go over today. I don't think we will, but in case we do, for question and answers or something like that, then we'll certainly make sure we get that done before. General agenda, of course, we'll do welcomes and introductions. Hopefully you're welcomed. And we'll do introductions here in a second. I'll introduce kind of the overall theme to this, the marketing analysis with 360 analysis through the funnel. We'll kind of talk about that very briefly just to set up what we're going to be showing throughout. Aiden's going to be doing a demo, and there's a lot of great stuff in there that I think you guys will be excited to see. All this is being done through WebFOCUS, a tool that I think a lot of you guys have. If not, this is not something that can only be done in WebFOCUS. It's something that can be done in a lot of tools. WebFOCUS is a tool we feel like it was able to do from top to bottom, ingesting data, doing the data science enhancements, and doing the visualizations all in one. So a great tool to use for that. There's, again, not the only one, but the one we would suggest. And of course, Dinesh is going to go over how do we bring this all together in general applications, some experiences that we've had in the past. So you can kind of see how this stuff, how it happens kind of live once you guys pull these things together, get great visualizations, great analysis of what you're doing from the data, how you present that back to the users. And of course, at the end, we'll do our drawing. For those of you, again, who have been on any of these before, this is a similar group. We've had at least through one other one. Aiden was with us during our past one we did on hyper-converged analytics, mostly because Aiden is all things data science, and he has been working in this area for a while now. I think he's been with TIPCO for 5 years, and we've thoroughly enjoyed working with him on all these. And he brings a wealth of knowledge on that side. So excited to have him present and show in demo form some of the things that you can do within the tool very quickly and easily through this. So Dinesh, as well, has been on, I think, on most all these. Dinesh is our COO of analytics with his newly anointed COO title, and congratulations to him as he continues to do great things with our clients from a delivery standpoint. He's the one, if you've worked with us in the past, he's the one that helps lead the resources and get people to those things that need to be, and watching to make sure that the solutions are what we are planning them to be. So, and again, of course, I'll be moderating, so my part hopefully will be very minimal in all this for your sake. But my job here at Amtex, again, is to do more working with clients, finding new clients for us to work with, and helping find the right solutions that fit what you guys are trying to do. For those of you who are new to us and have not been on these before, I want to give a very brief introduction to Amtex. Amtex has been around for 20 plus years. We are for the most part, a data management and data analytics professional services group. So we work for the last 20 years, most of the time that we've been a company with information builders and of course TIPCO after the merger. And a lot of that has been working with Ibi projects, WebFOCUS projects, with clients who have been working with IBI, whether through their professional services or direct relationships to us. We are headquartered out in New York. We have a lot of people in New Jersey that are developer resources for us. And of course, we have offshore, and our biggest one is Chennai, but we have a Delhi office as well, and some other things. But again, we consider ourselves very much a boutique services company because we go very deep with our clients that we work with and find companies that we can really make a difference with. And you can see some of those, again, as everybody else does. We have our logo screen as well, although this one's very small. We have a lot of other groups that some of you guys may be on here that we have had outstanding relationships with. And of course, those are what really drive us on a day-to-day basis, is being able to work with you guys to see some of these solutions like we'll talk about today come to fruition. So that's our passion. Using data to be able to solve some of your problems is kind of where our place in that is. And you can see here, as far as our different areas that we concentrate on: data analytics, data management, modernization. Everybody's doing modernization these days, but ours is going to be geared towards how can you modernize your data management platforms and how you're doing analytics, and of course helping people run applications with the managed delivery group. So again, enough about us, but we just did want to at least introduce you guys if you have not seen us, make sure that you understand who we are, so you don't wonder who's talking to you up here. One thing is we started looking back at kind of where we want to continue to go with these webinars. We've talked a lot in the past ones about different technologies, and we probably will again as things come up. But what we wanted to do is kind of change focus as to what are the types of business use cases that you guys are running to on a day-to-day basis. What types of things can we talk to and then use the products to be able to show in real life and help you guys understand, going back to your desk tomorrow, today, whenever you guys get a chance to go back, how can I actually make an impact in my organization today? So we've been a series. The first one again is on marketing funnel analysis. Marketing 360 analysis can be named a lot of different things, but how do you follow your data from the very beginning, from a marketing all the way down to closing a sale and then managing that client through, and make sure that you're being as efficient as possible and as effective as possible working throughout that. So that's what today is going to be about. Most of you guys who've been around probably have seen a marketing funnel, so we will not go into that. But we do kind of lay out here, again, this is not a journey for everybody, but kind of a generic buyer journey for people, starting with marketing, moving to sales development, to sales, and then of course customer success after you close a client. Hopefully you have customer success there to make sure that client is continuing to be successful and to grow. What we're going to be talking about here is all the data points throughout that. How do you actually take that data that you gather throughout these different things and help you be as efficient as possible and being effective in each one of those places? So if I'm trying to find new leads, how am I reaching out to those leads most effectively to be able to talk about the things that they're interested in? From a sales perspective, is that process smooth? Do I understand their buyer journey, and how am I being effective in that? Of course, customer success and customer support, we're being efficient in making sure that we're answering questions that people may have as they have problems, or just helping them understand how to grow with the product. So there's lots of data points on that. We're kind of focusing on how do we do analytics from beginning to end for that. One thing that we've noticed, and of course, a lot of this typically is driven through some type of CRM system. That may or may not be the case. Maybe it'd be an ERP system. But Salesforce obviously is one of the bigger ones out there, and we have a lot of customers who are using Salesforce. The issue is, and there's a lot of reporting and things that you can do inside ERPs or Salesforce. The issue is that you also usually have other systems out there that are doing other things, like HubSpot. Maybe if your marketing team is using HubSpot to run campaigns, or LinkedIn, or whatever the other systems that you may have that are part of that process that may not be integrated with inside Salesforce, that limits you as far as what you can actually do within it. By using WebFOCUS, and the thing that we're going to show today is being able to integrate those different sources, whether you're creating a brand new data model with all that stuff, or if you're just connecting it on the fly, being able to integrate those sources in one step, pull that data in, do some enhancements on it. In this case, we're going to be looking at mostly doing data science type of enhancement to it, but that could be anything, any transformations or anything you want, and then immediately being able to do analytics from that, being able to visualize things with that data. And I think that's where WebFOCUS is such a powerful tool, and one of the reasons why we partner is because you can do that all within WebFOCUS. And I think you're going to see some things in here that you may not have seen, especially from the data science side, that are continuing to grow in the product, that are going to be very native and easy to be able to use. So, and Aiden will show us a lot of that stuff as we get into it. Again, the end result always is, how do I create something that I can get in the hands of my users, whether that's the sales management, marketing management, the CEO, whoever, so they can kind of see how these things are going, and so they can manage to those points along the way. So they can make sure that there's inefficiencies in that process, that they're addressing those, or making sure that they're steering you in the right direction from a corporation. Again, all that happens a lot of times in different ways, but a lot of people are putting that in portals, dashboards, whatever format, but being able to prep that data and get it to where you need to is key to it. So hopefully, again, I've done a decent job of setting that up. What we're going to do now